Baga.
So it's on.
Okay, okay. Good evening and good afternoon to everyone. We are here again tonight, and tonight our topic is integrity, doing the right thing. I'll be your host for tonight, Miss Kebe Esabara, and I'm here along with
So
Mr. Dodo. Please.
okay, Dolo, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Dolo, guys. I always remain the same Philip J. Dolo, and thank you for joining us. And let's have, an impactful and meaningful conversation tonight on the topic corruption, honesty, and like our host said, integrity. Yeah, thank you.
So thank you.
Mr. Myers.
So I remain Myers, like Fede, take Fede word as well. I remain Myers, and I'm so excited tonight to be here, to discuss issue that is so relevant or topic that we as a young people we need to get into. So Kevin, I'm so excited tonight, to be one of the panelists on the show. Thank you.
Okay, so our followers, if you are joining us, welcome again to the Myers TV. And if you are joining us, please don't forget to like, share with other people. Don't just sit with the information. So tonight's show will be a real and honest conversation. What will be discussing things like the right thing you need to do when no one is watching. So, Mr. Dolo, I don't know you are here because from my background, your camera is dark. Okay, like Mario said, oh, Mario, if it comes to integrity in your own personal way, how do you describe integrity?
Okay, let me say thank you to you, Kevin. Thanks to the peace and loving people who are following us right now. Let me say the word integrity today is something like we all have to take very very serious because it gradually has to do with those trust you know that people build within us, and because of that we have to see our best to be able to do those things that are needful. Keba, we live in a society today where we are not truthful to others. And the first place is the reason being is because we ourselves, before you be truthful to other people, Keba, you must be firstly truthful to yourself. You know, so these are problems we face today in our society, and I hope that our people, who are following tonight, will try to understand the reality about the kind of trust that people build in us, the kind of when you say things, those words you say to people, those promises you made to people, when you are able to live by it, they classify you to be a person with integrity. When you are able to do what you said to people, when you are able to remain to stand by your word. We live in normally we like when we say let your words be your words, right? Whatever you say, because people hold you by those things you say. They show accountability, right? So integrity, another thing I'll try to say, right? Integrity, another thing, it has to do with uh, you giving accountability of things that you did before previously, right? When it comes to another time when people try to see, right, you give that kind of assurance of what you did. Kebe, like I said before we go up the live the live show, Kebe, a lot of us today we don't have integrity because even when it comes to our family, it comes to our workplace, even in our school, Kebe, today there are a lot of us we cheat. Even though we come to that, Kebe, there are a lot of us today we cheat, right? Only because we want to make the marks. Yeah, we make the marks today, but your conscience doesn't set you free. So anything that you do that doesn't set you free, you are now a person of integrity. In fact, that one thing I want to remember us, people with integrity, it doesn't mean they are perfect people, right? They are just people of principles, and they live by what they say, right? And that means they try to be so perfect. They just live by what they say and they do by what they stand for. So thank you so much, Kevin.
Okay, Myers, thank you. Like for our followers, if you are following on, having integrity shouldn't mean that you should like be doing your ass seven way. Ask seven way in a sense like you want to do it to impress somebody. Like if you are doing something, you'll be doing it and you'll be like this. If you know that you want to do it, just do it. Don't like listen. If you want to be good, remain good. If you want to serve, you serve. If you don't want to serve, don't serve. If, like, for example, if someone asks you in the same that, or like, for example, Myers, can you do this? If you're unable to do it, just tell them, say, due to this so and so reason, due to my many schedule, I'm unable. But don't give the person your word. At the end of the day, you turn out being different. No, that is not being integrated. If you can do it, look at the person face to face, you tell them. So welcome, Mr. Dodo. Welcome back again. So now we move to you. Why do some people compromise their integrity? It is because of fear or what they're trying to protect. So can you please explain to us?
Right. I mean, you said it well. People compromise their integrity based on fear, pressured, some of them money, and and other material, stuff. And one of the factors that actually leads to people, compromising their integrity is your friend circle, right? The kind of relationship you have with me, the relationship you have with Miles, Queen, Alfred, and the other people. So based on your cycle, based on your relationship, partnership, or friendship, people tend to compromise their integrity. They tend to behave dishonest, right? They tend to behave corrupted. So you want to satisfy the other person. I think it was Miles who the other time he did give an example of one of his neighbors, and then there was this guy who came in. But before this guy could come in, he Miles has been a friend to this lady who is his neighbor, right? And something happened, and this guy who just came in, being a friend to that very same lady, is gonna tell the man, "Oh, yo, man, you guys are friends. And you've been friends for so many times or for so long. Come on, just take a side. You have to be on the lady's side, right?" And what did Maya say? He said, "I'm not going to compromise that. I'm going to speak the truth. What is right, and what is wrong." So your ability to stand firm, your ability to not compromise the truth, right, makes you a person of integrity. It actually position you in a very position that people can give you regard, people can reference you, people can respect you, people can acknowledge you whenever you stand firm and stay true to your words and to what is to be said. But these days, it's a normal thing in our circle, Quebec. Your best friend, your bestie, right? Your G partner. You don't want that person to feel hurt. You don't want someone else to, mock at you too, right? So you be like, "Okay, girl, I'm going to cover you. Okay, boy, I'm going to cover you." Nope. You have to stay true to yourself. You have to stay true to the people that you are going to hurt whenever you compromise your integrity. So it's always good, it's advisable that we as young people growing up, becoming someone better in the future, we have to be honest, we don't have to be corrupted, and we have to stand for the truth, and then we speak the truth to everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dodo. Just to add on what you said, like if you're in a friendship with someone, like even like you say, your best friend, your bestie, if you are unable to tell the person they are wrongdoing because of fear, or maybe because they can give you a little pocket change, it means that you are not being true to yourself. Because being friends with someone, one thing you should have a goal of that friendship, and you guys should be on the same path. But you can be with someone, you can be a friend, you can be friendly with someone that is very disrespectful to people. Then you within yourself, you know that yeah, the thing is wrong, and you is not a disrespectful person. Why can't you tell your friend that this and this you are doing is wrong? It's mean that you compromising your integrity right there because just in the case like because maybe the person can give you one or two something and you don't want to damage. It is better to tell the person the truth today and the friendship if they want to break, they break. If they want to hold, they hold. If they don't want to hold, But tell the person the truth that even if they move to the next available friend, they will be like our friend or this person, but they were like they. And now I realize what they're saying. So now our
And
follower will move forward.
before you move on, you did make a mention of something, right? You said based on what the person is getting from the
Yes,
other person. It's because why people kind
yes,
of integrity is because many of us we are so sycophantic. Yeah, we go on campus. Kepa is going to take me to the canteen for lunch. On the weekend, Maya is going to call me up, bro. Let's go have one or two bottles. So because we are sycophantic, we don't have, we don't make decision on our own and for ourselves. We depend on other people for money and for making decision on our behalf. Two things, right? People making
definitely.
on our behalf, and also people we are living on people's pocket. So whenever you live on people's pocket and you allow people to make decisions for you, you're not going to stay true to yourself and to everyone
So,
else. You're always
and
going
you're
to stand
even
wrong.
and you even compromise your integrity because you will not be bold or saying to the person to even tell them they are
Yeah,
wrongdoing. Even if the person hurts your own feeling, you always have that fear to even express yourself because thinking that if you express yourself, the person may get angry with you. What?
right, right.
So we'll move forward tonight. I go buyers. What is the small dishonest action that affects people? Is general though. Anyone wants to answer, you can answer because tonight we are having a honest discussion. If you want to apply it to your practical life, you are free to go ahead to do that. So, what is the small dishonest action that affects our society in a very big way? Things that we know in ourselves we overlook it, but at the end of the day, it comes out to be something big.
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks to all of our viewers for watching us tonight. Kevin, even the Bible says there is no small sin, there is no big sin, right? All sins are equal, right? So
Yes,
a lot of us today we say, oh, the lie, do that. This small liar, the big liar, the other one. No, anything you do that is not being honest, right? That is forbidding. That thing that right? You manipulate those things. Anything you say that is not in the sight or in a rightful way or not talking the truth, right? Automatically you are not talking the truth. Nothing else to polish it to say, oh, like we take for example, we look at government officials sometimes, right? When money has been taken, sometimes they call it right. The polish it, they say the man has embezzled the money. You don't have to polish no wall. You don't have to make it so fun, this and that. You
right.
understand it? Listen, Kevin, let's start from our family, right? You live in a house with your families, right? You start to lie little by little. Let's say it that way now, right? When you do things, when they ask you, you try to deny it. And everybody's here to be like, oh, they think you're doing here. Sometimes people will be telling your parents or guardians, they think the man doing here, he will carry out. They think he's doing here, he will carry out. Those things he's doing here, he will carry out. That's why they call it small sheen. That's why they call it very small one because they say charities begin at where? At home and ends abroad, right? Whatever you
Yes,
practice home today, that's why you try to carry abroad. Whatever we are practicing here right
Definitely.
now, when we go out tomorrow, these are things we are going to carry there. So if you start to give people wrong information right here, tomorrow when you go in the public, you will also give people wrong information. That's how it's work, right? So while we are here right now, when someone is providing wrong information, it is good that you say no, this information you are providing, these things that you are saying, it is not a rightful thing. Try to be honest to the person. Say it. No matter I tell people, right? No matter how the truth, how you feel in your minds, right? When I tell my husband thing will hurt you, will be tell me it because I always like to work on myself. I always like to work on myself, right? I am not somebody who know all, right? I always like to take correction because you that take correction, you always walk, on the straight path. You understand it? So one of these small things that we try to do is home lie. I call it family lie. At the smaller time, we start to say things that is not good, right? And our parents take it very lightly. Let's take for example, we look at we say corruption today. There are a lot of how we started stealing home. Let's take for example, sorry to use the female, but I will say it, right? You used to go to the market or tell the food money and give it to you. When you go to the market, you will pinch it, right? Whenever you go, you won't go buy a one or two things. You started it, everybody was there. They look at you, right? Now that day you start to sell public offices, when they give you huge amount of funds, you're gonna do the same thing there. And there where they say small shame better than big shame. That small one you were escaping, you felt oh nobody could see you. You know, the people that were giving the money they can't see you. Now to the public office that when they do check and balance, when they do the check and balance, when they catch you, definitely you'll get account of it. And if you cannot do it, that's why people say, oh, this person is so corrupt, this person is this. So these are instances that we face from family side to our job side. These are small things we do. Where they give you small money to save pap, you take small thing from there, end of the day you're doing it small, one day you get in the public space. And that way you know it's gonna happen to you. Thank you, Kevin.
But my also, you using female as an example, then you telling us sorry. You know that you definitely using as that laugh.
I try to be honest and I try to say the truth. You know, we're talking about honesty, right?
So
Yeah.
okay,
So
yeah, okay, you're talking about honesty, but let's look at it at the aspect. I guess the people when you market to buy. I'm not trying to defend anyone. That because about female. No, in case they go to buy, then the money is short. Why you expect them to be ready?
no, that's different now, right? You go to the market to buy and the money is shorting, right? The man who's going to the market to buy the thing that you call the man so he can add the money up, right? So you can tell him the kind of thing. Let me share this, right? I was in a
Mm.
comedy, uh, and that thing got me laughing that entire time. This lady, each time she go into the market, she will call huge prices for those very, stuff, right? Those food items. Every time she going. So these days, the guy decided to go with her. You know what happens when we're getting at the market? She said she has stomach pain. Oh, the guy will wait for her. Now she have already written all these things down, and she know all these people she can buy from. She went and gave them this paper. Then when my man can't tell, he said the one I did it, one I did it, one I did it, one like this. You see, those kind of corrupt man, right? So she went and did it. She went behind the man. Then she came back. So when she came back, now she and the man went into the market house. Went there, and she directed the man want to go. That kind of right, I can buy the sword. When I went to the sword, the woman said the sword at 5,000. I said, huh? So the thing my woman can be talking, play with his mind, right? At the end of the day, that's different thing. That's being corrupt. That being, that is not honest.
Yeah,
That is not honest. Yeah, that is not good. So,
yeah, I'm not
yeah,
doing
but
it.
I wanna.
Okay, let's hear from you, Mr. Dogo. Mr. Dogo, let's hear from you concerning the question. What are those small actions we do to take overlooking it and tomorrow it turn out to be big?
Okay, what I would say is that we sometimes we kickstart with ourselves, right? Before going on to the next person. You know exactly that thing you have way on, right? Like the clothes. You know it's not suiting you. You know it's not decent. First off, you stood in the mirror and looked at yourself and be like, oh, this is cool, man. I don't care who says this or who says what they have to say. You have already been dishonest to yourself. Your instinct is telling you that, yo, low dodo, that thing is not good. Miles, that thing you cannot wear it on is not decent. You're not going to feel confident when you walk in a public space. Kebe, you have to change that thing. No one's buying me clothes. I ain't nobody's daughter. I ain't nobody's girlfriend. I wear what I want to wear. You are already dishonest to yourself. So our dishonesty actually begins with ourselves, and then what happened? It gradually goes on to others. Like Miles smartly said, you kind of in the home, mom puts, her $5 down, and then no one is around, no one is watching you. We talk about integrity now. No one is around, no one is watching you. There's no camera. You went and pick the money because there are 15 of you Kebes in the house. 15 Kebes we have in the house. So if Kebe number one takes the money, who's going to know? No one's going to know. So you take the money, you went your way, you bought your ice cream, you share with your friends, and you come back home. You are cool. They are complaining, looking for the money. You all join them, right? And you start to look for the money. So that's how dishonesty starts from ourselves, and then we go on to our family. Before you get to know it, it's already in the community. From the community, girl, you have already crossed the entire district. Then we talk about a region, right? So these things happen when we fail to actually stay true to our doctrine, what has been taught onto us by our parents, If you're from the Muslim, you're from the Christian, you're from the Buddhism, the Hinduism, or Sikhism, our doctrine tells us never to steal, lie, and kill. But now, if you don't stay true to your doctrine, what happens? You become very dishonest. So, people who do not stay true to their doctrine, people who do not stay true to the discipline being instilled onto them by their parents, at the end of the day, they go into the larger society, they become very corrupted, they become very dishonest. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Blood. To add up the example again about those guys. Oh, please don't feel offended, though. About guys, they say sumo action, so they will overlook them, but you might get beat.
Right.
I have noticed certain guys, some of them, they are very old, but they unable to even arrange their clothes, unable to even wash. Especially most people can say, oh, but she will not let to keep their room busy because if you enter in their room, it's all
There's
dirty
somebody
and
again. I
nice.
saw she coming marketing her talk, and I
No,
saw she
no,
coming to
no,
the women now to say one other thing. I will tell her, hey,
But
no, man.
but still use us as your example, Kebe. You paying
No,
that.
the reason I'm not paying there, I'm only gay child among the boys. So I know what
Man,
I'm saying.
the ball child, man. I'm the only ball child.
Uh-huh. So you see those boys, sometimes they be coming up. Sometimes our parents overlook it. But sometimes they'll be coming up, like to wash their clothes, it will be problem. You see, you end in the butcher room, they will keep dirty clothes for almost 1 week, 2 weeks. So even arrange them, the whole place will just be scattered. At the end of the day, those guys they have grown up, they have married, they established. These are people that can give their wealth tough time. Seriously, sometimes if soon you want to complain to your mother, you should be like, oh, tomorrow they will marry. But forgetting to know that they married or put the burden on their wives. Because if even you say you are married as a husband, it's not your responsibility. But you're supposed to know how to do few things, where to keep some of your things, where to arrange it. Your wife will wash for you, yes, but she will help you to pack. But she will not be the one to come clean your feet, where to arrange your socks, to do this. She will arrange it and do everything. But if you come, in fact, they have certain men, if they knew certain things, like the place they will take it from, they can replace it. Then at the end of the day, they'll be asking the woman, where you put this, where you put this. So these are things our parents overlook. If you're raising children in the home, don't only focus on the girls, or because you say girls are getting married, men too will get married. They should be helpful. So if you now treat your own good, another person child and another person daughter go, you suffer. So sometimes we all look, especially in our African homes, but it should not be so. Both parents, both children should be real that everybody go out there, because if the child go out there representing their family, they should not be bragging to their partner. So both of them should be careful to
Oh,
each other. We move
this
forward.
come in. Let me come in. I'm not going to, talk back at you, but this is a
Yes.
life. This is my own, life story, right? So,
All right.
Yerima, I can recall that I think almost 15, 14, 15, 16, between those, ages before I even started to watch my own clothes. Imagine that. 15, 16, and maybe 17. My mom used to do that for me. My,
Okay.
cousin all used to do that for me. And guess what? When I
What?
graduated, I think I graduated high school almost 18 because I was 17. Almost 18, I graduated high school. Lucky for me, boom, I got a job. And I was kind of busy. So again, I never washed clothes, never used to wash my clothes, never used to do just anything for myself. But guess what? I used to participate in housework. I used to wash the kitchen, I wash the cabinet, I wash the living room, the dining room, the porch, everything. I go to the extent of washing the doors, to remove the dust from the door. So are you telling me that my wife is going to suffer because I cannot wash my clothes, I cannot wash my sneakers?
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna. You see, like you see what you right there. Since you are unable to practice washing your own clothes, you have other things you can help, right? But just that there are some people that don't know how to do those things. So like you will be very helpful to her in the sense that if you are taking care of washing the bills, that they should be like washing your clothes. It will be very easy because she don't have to be done with the laundry, come back to do all of her things. The moment she done with the laundry, you are done with the next hustle. It will just be simple. But some men, they don't do that. Some men will leave all the
Can I
burden
come in?
on the woman. Please. What?
Can I come in? So one day somebody were we were having a conversation and they were asking me, right, Miles, you going to school and you have your partner. Are you going to help the partner when it comes to how you look at yourself when it comes to doing house, housekeeping and other things? I was like, wow. So what will it takes me, right? Will it remove my name when I wash the dishes in the hall? The same thing I can eat. Will it remove my name with my own slinger that I don't want can wear to go out, right? And I decide to watch it. Will it remove my name when I decide my own clothes I can wear, right? When I say I want to watch it. But Miles, you are the man, you have to be going. Why? Yeah, the woman said to want to be going to work, right? Why we cannot do these things together to just keep us, sometimes we have to be true to people. Let's start hurting people now. Let we say honesty begins, right? You cannot be a person you just look at your partner, everything you just leave it with them, feel it. You have to be you have to be that kind of man, right? Where you help them do these things in common, you are all doing it for the both of you good. It is not because of the person. I hear a lot of our colleagues today. Me, I can't have woman to do that. I can't have woman to do that. I'm like, bro, slow down. When you do these things, what's gonna happen? It is because you're going to where you're making little or nothing, and you feel like you are the man. So it's we that's a part we don't understand. Or the Bible said the woman must submit. Understand the scripture well, right? The woman must submit. The Bible said you must love the woman, right? So are you loving the woman? Those things she's doing there, you looking at her, the kind of love we're talking about now, that agape love, that kind of love. Are you giving it to her, or you just looking at her to do whatever she wants to do, by herself and not helping her? Right? You have to do the woman justice. That's why you see today females is calling for justice. Because a lot of us men we take disadvantage. I must say it today, right? That's the reality about it. We take advantage of them.
I,
Because
the thing is, the thing is that we men, we are very egoistic, right? We have ego,
and it's very
and
bad. And it's very bad.
it's not a bad thing to be an egoistic person or to have some ego, right? It's not a bad thing. But now,
And listen, Philip, you have ego when it comes to certain area of life. You does not carry your ego-ness all over the place of life. Most especially now we are discussing that we are just discussing about being honest, right? Philip,
that's what
you live in a home with a partner, right? The both of you eating the same thing. The both of you're wearing the clothes together to go to work and coming back. Why would it take a man to just join join that lady and then you try to do these things? Try to be honest, do her justice, you know,
I'm,
be true to her.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that you can take your egoistic, behavior everywhere. I'm not saying that. All that I'm saying is many men or young boys are not disciplined. Now, because they lack discipline, their ego will always supersede the right thing. Like you smartly said, when you had a conversation with your friend, oh, you are a schooled man, you are an educated man, you learn book, you make plenty of money. Are you going to wash your own slingers? Are you going to wash your own dishes? Are you going to make up the bed? Are you going to clean up the house? These are questions coming from people who are not disciplined. These are questions coming from bros, brothers, young men who are not disciplined. And like I said, by nature, we are egoistic. So if we are not disciplined, the ego is always going to supersede. That's what I just wanted to share with us. Based on our ego, but whenever we are disciplined, our discipline will actually suppress our egoistic behavior. But if you lack discipline, what happens? Your egoistic behavior will always be a display in the home, and you're going to enslave the woman. You're going to make your girlfriend or your married woman a slave, or even your house help. So it's very important for we young men. I like the argument Kevin brought up. It's advisable that we young men, we try to learn discipline. We stay true to ourselves. We stay honest to ourselves and to our partner we are having a relationship with. Because don't do, we are going to have a toxic relationship, a chaotic one, and it's not going to be any fruitful or meaningful for us in the future. Thank
And another one Maya said, guys, right? And another one, Mr. Dolo said, you know, there is one thing being disciplined, there's one thing being educated, right? There are some people, like
you.
Maya said, they are here and they are educated, but if it comes to those things, they are not disciplined. Like why you said, Myers, these are colleagues you are arguing with, and these are people that have left their country. They are here to go to school. And I can tell one thing, my 5 years being in India, one thing I have learned about them is if it comes to their family, they don't joke. Your instructor cell will be working with you, but the moment they take day off, they say that day for their family. If they go home, if you be calling them for school matter, they don't answer you. One thing I noticed back home, like me, I experienced it for myself. I was 18 years ago to know my father because today is a reality show, so we have to something. I got to know my biological father, and when I went to visit him, my family have on my father's side they have their own entity, and my father was the executive director at that time. My father will work morning from Monday to Saturday, no rest. And he come home, the time you leave the office, he come home on the computer doing project again. So one time my stepmom tell me that this work you're doing, you need to find space for your children. That the way you come home, you spend time with your family. He take care of issue that day. I was sitting in the living room when they were having that little talk. So after he started getting sick, then he passed off. So like when he was sick, then he used to stay home. That's the time he wanted to build that friendship with us, that relationship, because all the time he was just about work, 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 especially when the work thing will be like it's his family thing, if he relax, if it dies down, all those things. But sometimes we work ourselves up to the extent we forget to build this bond with our family, with our children. And at the end of the day, sometimes you see on the internet, people be like, they're pressing that they contact him across this story on Facebook. I went to check Facebook. The guy was washing, I think around that banner when he posted, but even mentioning his daughter's name that his children refused to wash his clothes. So he mentioned the children. So later on, his daughter came on the internet to reshare the post, and she too she read her own comment. So one thing she put in her radar, she was like, if the father wants to know, if people are like in the comment section, it's a real thing. The papa actually took the picture, and I don't know who gave him film or who even read the caption for him. He was watching, he took the
So,
picture,
but
he
again,
posted it.
so wait, no, now the thing I want to ask you, why always ask? It's not just you. I was reading that post and I saw certain people was like, who gave him film? That man's an educated man.
Yeah,
He's knowledgeable about film,
that's
so he can write.
that's
So
the
what's the thing?
comment. And later on, his daughter repost and share. She was like, people don't know what happened. And especially one thing she said that her father taking their family problem and bringing it online, it wasn't fair. Even me, I was like, she was right. That's why I don't comment in those things. I just read and pass. But what she said, it was right. If you have differences with your kids, you say maybe from my own understanding, maybe if you don't build bond with your kids when they were young, if they grew up for that connection to be like certain I'm doing like certain program this semester of course they call the RMCH plus A is about the owner it will talk about the tangola which have to do the maternity when the woman gave birth. So sometimes you can see the woman gave birth in the hospital, you see that first time the child, they can lay the child on her chest. You know what they can do it for? They can do it like to build connection, she and the child. Like that feeling, and then you see the moment the first thing, so she gave birth the child, and the first thing they do, they lay the child for her to build that connection. It's a special thing. And sometimes even the husband, not only like the wife, that anybody that will be in that room to have that connection with the child. So when I saw that post, I was like, maybe depending the way they got what with the kids. So you need to be available. And one thing I learned about India, that is it. You see, Friday weekend. Friday, if you say no other restaurant, you see the place will be packed because Friday those Indians that are rich now that get money, they don't cook home. From Friday up to Sunday, they can be eating in restaurant, always serving their family for time. So I pray that I hope that our followers that are following tonight, they will learn as well to build this happen from there, including Marius and Philip tonight. Because me, I don't
That's
live
No,
my own.
no,
that's
no,
my
no. Like you said, right? Let me say, right? Like you said, Kevin, you said everything strictly, right? We are not just here to get a degree. We are here also to learn things that outside our degree or life. Because when they talk about education, we just take it to just be a pen and paper. No, there are other things. So I did an analysis. I was like, I see the reason why you see when some people get back to Liberia or get back home, you see sometimes they try to live a very self-centered life. It's because when they came abroad, that's how they try to they got adapted to the system, and when they went by, they decided to do it. And I see why when some people get by, you see they get glued to their family because when they were here, they saw how people. One thing the Indians do, right? They support. If it doesn't have that finance to support everybody, they take one person from there and give them that full support. Because when that person return, they know that person also going to support another person, and when another person go, that's how they operate, right? So, like you said, the family shit today, I can tell people if I get by Liberia today, I'm gonna my own family, we're gonna make sure that we have to be together, have that fun time, enjoy ourselves. I'm not going to stress myself with anything. Somebody say, "Oh, the work this and that." Sometimes you have to take leave, man. There are some unnecessary. That's a necessary leave you need to take from the work side and spend that time with your family. Just a week. I was sharing with one of my friends, bro. I pray to God when I get money, the woman I'm going to get married to, forget it. In a year time, we travel 2 times out of the country.
Woo!
That's a reality. Even in our Sierra Leone, Africa, we go to these places. At least in a mountain, we have 1 or 2 days to go to somebody area. They have Echo Lodge, they have other places then. You go there with your family, leave the house, and then you go enjoy it. Come back. That's the thing. Listen, we just made life easier for ourselves. But you know the reason why these things are not working? Because we get connected. We are not honest to our partner. We get connected to all kind of people. Imagine you get Mary Brown, you get Esther Brown, you get Teresa Brown. What the time you tell for your person at the house now, it become problem. You know,
And
because
be too
let's say
expensive for yourself because you want to be
calculation of
available at the same time. Oh,
there's a calculation of making. If today Mary Brown is not sick, Mary Brown ain't sick. Esther Brown not sick, Esther Brown father sick and other things. And who are they depending on? You the one they are depending on. So I look at it and say no, but the whole thing of getting 2, 3 person is of no use. Where in the name of you want to be a pretty boy or pretty girl, it's of no use. They even go to the girls as well, right? It's of no use. You just get your partner because everything you do, it's hard to share the minds here. Oh. It's very hard to share, right? That's why you see a lot of people today will go to the hospital, who did the doctor will tell you get high blood pressure, you get high blood pressure. Let us discuss somebody high blood pressure too. So now I will tell the people if I work in the hospital, you can't have your BB is too high, so now you have to give me your phone. Let me check it to see somebody in the morning. We gotta discuss it, the reality and see. If you get the other person, you gotta delete somebody in the morning because somebody people didn't give you stress. We have to be
we need to be
not
practical now.
yeah, not every time we can't lay you down, we just hold it, checking your blood pressure, how we just give you medicine and hold it in medicine anyway. Then they say the doctor. No, I'll take your phone from you. We'll have to sit down and have some conversation. Philip, that's what we need to do back when. It is not every time giving the people those treatment, but sometimes you have to have conversation with people. They just need some education on certain things, and definitely they will get well. Fred, there are some people when they're sick, they just need people being around them. Once you're around them, at a certain point of time, what happens is sickness go away. That's all they need. And I hope that every one of us, like you said, Kevin, let's be honest to ourselves. Let's be sincere. Those people that who want to build our extra brand, Mary brand, no, please, we have to get one person because we won't be honest with that person. One enjoy left. That's the reality about it. Nothing hard. We don't have to share hide anything. Thank you, Philip. Thank you. We have a protocol.
And another thing, one thing people overlook, tonight's discussion, I actually admiring the discussion. One thing people are like forgetting to know that we overlook in our little setting is peace of mind.
Yeah.
Like today I was telling one of my a friend of mine in class, I was like, I don't know how people for them conscience deal with them. Like me, Susie as a whole. If I do something and down deep within myself, I know I do bad. I can't have peace. I can get thousands of problems on my head. I will be having problems, but normally my body don't drop. But the moment my inner peace is the self, that's the time I reduce. Because like especially if you're doing something the wrong way, thinking that tomorrow you'll be caught. Then if you go to bed, you'll be like, the thing I'm doing. In case they do that, like those are things. So even if you be in relationship, you don't have peace of mind. What the essence of being there? Like one woman, she's a preacher, she's one Christian, something I always follow her. She's a bishop wife. This week they were having an interview with her. She and her husband currently their own separation. She's very influential person like in Nigeria. She have a charity foundation supporting people. She's very good. If you actually follow me on Instagram, I mostly share her stuff. And she always teach on marriage and family. She was bold to say on the media, see Africa people will be like, oh, I'm sure where she's not supposed to say. She said that she and her husband's own separation. Then they asked her why. She said because she have a bishop, she have caught her husband cheating not once, twice, but so she can undo it because she don't want to be the person telling people say like this, then printing it. And instead she's crying, then outside she making it to be like, everybody in the conversation was like, when I saw the comment, they were saying like, and was like, everybody was happy because like was saying a good shit, because sometimes some people follow the flow. They just follow what is the Asa parish looking very beautiful, but they don't know what India is. They don't know. So if I hear some women be saying, oh, I wish I want to be like this couple. Don't even wish because you don't know what they're going through. Not because they come outside looking so happy, then you want to wish. Wish to build your own a very peaceful way that is well disciplined, understanding in a way that you guys know. But don't be wishing for someone who just here outside. You don't know. They did the person ready to say and ready to explain what they're going through. You will be like, ah. So when she celebrated me, I was so happy. I was like, a woman can be a very influential person a day. And she is not even afraid. Her husband is a bishop. And so she's not even afraid. They are successful. Then she said she wants separation and she wants to divorce because of this. She will help other people that are in domestic marriages. Because some people be in domestic marriage because of that African mentality will be like, ah, what the Bible will say because especially the way we can classify the Bible here. Bible is against devils. We now know that power, but Bible is against devil. And at the end of the day, the yeah, the similar thing that happened to the late Osinachi from Nigeria. All those things. She was educated, she was good work because of the same Bible principle. Bible not tell you say you will be there, you die. Bible say if you lost yourself, tear yourself from there, you go find yourself. They not tell you say you will be there, right? So audience, we move forward tonight. If you are just joining us tonight, we are discussing integrity, doing the right thing when no one. So even if in your marriage, you know that you're going through something and your counselor no know, your pastor no know. Wake up from there, you do the right thing. Don't be waiting for someone to come tell you say, oh, you do the right thing. Do the right thing. At least that will be good to hear your story. Will be the thank God you make the right for decision. We should not hear so and everybody was in a story all around with it. But when the woman do the what even forgetting the singing the song that she can get all that were very terrible was blaming her while she stayed there. So now we'll move forward tonight. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Dolo, like it's a general question now. Anyone can answer because we're having a conversation. Well, what do young people practice in high school, in school, and in our daily life? It becomes so integrated. How can we practice it to be on that person, especially if you want to not only being a leader but being a somebody in society now?
So let me come in to that. Very simple thing, right? Practically in the classroom. Let's go back to our high school days. I remember in our high school days when we went to class and we receive a call or message, or someone just came to the class and be like, yo man, Dolo, let's go. There is a Super Friday today. Okay. Super Friday. I don't know how many of you remember the Super Friday.
Oh yes, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Super Friday.
I remember Super Friday.
Yeah, so there is a Super Friday, and the history teacher came to class. He wrote heavily on the board. Bam! We left the class. We did not sit for the history class. We got on the bus. We went our way up to court to go and enjoy. Monday we came to class. Monday we came to class now. Did not write notes. But Tuesday is quiz or class work. Then our friend and lesson notebook. Take bad, we'll take go bogo, we'll take the book, get it back. You know the sheet. The meme topic. No, bro. No, say you're not practicing that right there. You're not yourself active, and you're not saying now those little things you do in the classroom, it start growing us, growing us, and get to it, bam, become a big thing to become someone who like interact. Like people are not around, mom and dad are not around. When you you were very cool home. None of us remember this. Ah, yeah, when she go, but when you happy, let the parents go on have a study paper. Let the parents let the parents go on the campus. Let the parents go on campus, bro. Let alone talk about and
Mr. Dodo, your voice is coming broken.
am I
I don't
clear?
know from who. Yes. Okay.
Am I clear now?
Yes, you are clear now.
Okay. So, like, we have to stay true to ourselves, even when parents are not watching us in the classroom at school. Even if our day principals are not watching, we have to be true to ourselves. But we putting our hands in our friends' back. We taking things that don't belong to us and doing things that we ought not to do. By the time we get to know it, boom, we have it. From sixth grade, we go to seventh grade. From seventh grade, we go to ninth grade. Time you go, you get to the 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, you graduate, being a person who lacks integrity. So all those smaller things we do in the classrooms, in the school building, that's bad. When we tend to continue doing that thing until we graduate, now gonna be people that lack integrity. So that's where integrity starts from.
You brought about the Super Friday. You come on my way back. Like, you see, that's Super Friday. When I was attending high school, but I found the realization FBF. My friends, almost all the girls are in say BG now. They were BG at that time. Oh yes, California among them. So they always used to go on Super Friday. Anytime they ask me to go, I can say no. So I can tell them say I need to come. But last time I was staying with my stepmom, so I need to tell them I have to call my stepmom. So I working place to confirm, and she said no. So they used to be like, "You big ain't no by last time I was in her." But every time you have to tell, I say. My mom know my time to come to school. Already, I was having some challenges at home. Yeah, my peace of mind was, they know, and she know the times I go to school. She know the times school dismissed. She know the times I need to be at home. So they will tell me, to celebrate my friend, one of my friend birthday. You know, her mother was having party to her house that day. They say, oh, let us say your way. Because me, that one I just grew up with it. And even if I'm going out. I like to tell people my location because anything may happen out there. So I wonder if they ask 1 or 2 person were able to identify where I go. But it should not be that they be asking me where you go. And sometimes if you go there in India, India, or they get Google map. I go to street area, I not understand myself. I share my location because it's very easy now. But I use to it. I share my location. So I will be like, let me come on. If I call, and the moment she tell me no,
You share your location with.
let's move forward.
Share our location. You share our
No, you have,
I
location.
can share my
you
location.
have
The
such an
highest
awesome.
near location, the highest near location has been shared. So
You already share.
You ain't going to do that when you have to be honest here. This is reality.
Feel like you guys talking about high school, and I just imagine, right?
That
Like I said it all the time. I hope I, eh?
is please don't do it. I'm asking you. Don't do
Yes, yeah, all over.
Kevin, so
If
he
you are
asked you a
bringing you,
question.
I'm not getting you from my end.
No, he asked you a
Yes.
question. Who do you share your location with?
Lebron, India will have the president for the Association of Lebron Student Leader, but that's why I need to share my location with the former president.
Okay. Yeah, when you say the former president, understand the first president, right? The first president.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the former
Okay,
president, the first
yeah, the
elected
first
president of
president.
AOS, because Manhattan now student leader now.
Balatana, I know
So
Balatana.
at least anything that happen to contact the student leader. So and the person is some of the picture.
Okay, student leader ambassador.
it. Blah.
Like you guys saying about high school, I'm so jealous. I wish I could have spent, those time in high school, enjoying myself. I really wanted to enjoy high school, but the kind of things we got
Hmm.
involved into, so we were not. Philip, when you are a pastor's son on the campus, with that mentality we go to school with, everybody look at you. Any mistake you make, oh, the pastor's son or that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Oh, the pastor's son or so it wasn't easy for us, right, to do anything different. I remember there was a time in the class where because if you check, we just saying this as a record and it's there. You check our entire time of being high school, almost half of the classes we serve as president for the class. So the classes, right? So one day I decided to say when we got our senior high in one of these schools, and I see like the teacher tormenting the students when it comes to money and other things. I was like, listen, guys, we are in senior high here, right? We're not going to encourage this thing, right? And most especially, I stand as a president. Anybody try to get money here, I'll reach you and that teacher to, you know, the principal. Imagine me saying nothing. Imagine saying nothing. You know what it take?
Allow ba allow ba whatever you can be angry with you.
I
Hmm.
said we have few people that went to this teacher and said, who carry on, who was saying they're not paying money, who's
Ah,
not
oh
paying money,
yeah.
bias. So the first person came in class. You should man certain people here. When they say them doing this, I'm gonna say, I said we're not doing it. Don't say certain people come at me, say they man, say Maya say. People, all those friends who know me, they felt like Miles was going to be a politician, but rather when I think I explained to you, Philip, when I try to sway my entire career, you see, I know because I'm very tough talking person. I don't dare respect you, but we just go straight there to the issue, the teacher or what have you. We go straight there to the issue. And we attended, like you said, Philip, yeah, you're talking about the upper study. I also attended a Pentecostal school as well in Broadway, New Water in the desert. And we have people that are back you on anything that happen. We go there, we argue,
Ah.
we go for the kids. We sit down and then we justify whoever even though they won't tell the teacher before you say, oh, you are wrong or what have you, but behind him, they will tell you and they will give you some advices when you
They'll
come.
tell
Come
you. Hmm.
when these people don't come to the class, you just be here, you be money somebody this and that. They want to know what it depends on. I'm like, that thing can put fear in me. You know what these guys used to do to me? When writing exam, he got to go tell my one to put me in the corner. I said I'll still survive. They will mark my paper word for word. Any spelling I made, I said, yeah, I'll still survive. Yeah, give me whatever you want to give me, right? Give me whatever you want to give me. I don't get time for that thing, man. I'll survive. You know what I decided to stand for? Because I felt like I being a leader, I should be an example. I should stand for what I stand for. No matter how they were tough on me. Imagine I had 1 year for mathematics. Just imagine from first semester all the way to exam. That's so rare. The teacher just failed me. I'm telling you, so rare. And at the end of the day, what happened? We had to go justify it, and the people have to start digging behind, understand where these things are coming from. And when they try to understand about why will you do it like that? Why will you do it like that? Right? In fact, you can do it like this to the person, and then they won't tell you before, like I said, before you and say, "Oh, you are wrong." They tell you behind your friend. So in high school, we have to stand for what we stand for, even though it hard sometimes. It's difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to stand for it. And I can tell somebody right now, I'm in India. It is not a single day I see any teacher that asks me to even buy cold water for them. It is not bad. It is not bad, right, to do those things, right? But you tell me now, going back to Labrador, entering some other university to lecture. I'm not going to say I'm so perfect. Sometimes people can say the way the system built, there's no way you can try to, break it. But I always tell people you should try to be that different person. Try to be that person you are. You understand it? Because you did not grow up with those kind of characteristics, those kind of attitude, right? Your conduct do not allow with those kind of negative things, You always allow with positive things, for excellence. So you don't try to practice it. Tell me now, I go to university now. I'm not going to pass student because you made 100, because you made 70, this and that. I know the kind of basis I'm going to pass because I know all the students is not going to be on the same average, right? I know the kind of basis I was thinking. I don't need to tell them, say, bring 50, bring this and that. You remember there's a recording I leaked from one of our university in Labrador there. If you don't wear America at 50, you don't go to other country. Why would you be manipulating the system like that? It's a problem with it today. Yeah. Try to manipulate the system you get, you calling country and then need for grace and other things. Tell me what kind of thing is that? That's of no sense. And I hope that every one of us today who are all here studying those kind of integrities, those kind of things that we are getting,
Yes.
those kind of moral values that we are having today, when we get back home, no matter how the system will be, let's try to face it. Listen, die for something that people will say, yeah, they meant die for. Die for a strong meaning, right? That somebody will say, yes, this meant die for. Don't just go there and say, but it says, all right, yeah, we can just flow with the same thing. At the end of the day, it will continue happening. And we say we want to be that change people in society, we want to set that difference, we won't set it. So in high school, to summarize, in high school, that are the thing we face where, teacher want to, take things from student. And one of the things again, Kevin, most of the students again will not let study in Benin. So the men were using the question to just write on us. Right? We don't like studying Bennett. We come to the test, we want to cheat. And these guys, then once they in their money spirit now, they are so focused when it comes to exam. You
Really?
see how once they catch you at the end of the day, they say you should try to do other things. But you have to stand for what you stand for. So thank you, Kevin.
Miles, this aspect you're talking about, I had a similar experience when I was in fifth grade. I was a scholarship student. I was a scholarship student for Plant International because I was a child professor in Advocate. And I was a scholarship student again for Samaritan Purse. So, like, when I was in other school, some boys were giving me hard time, all those things. So, my mother needed my peace of mind. So, she asked my sponsors to transfer me to the AGM school. By that time, I was in local country. So, when I went, I was in fifth grade, 2010. So, in that time, I know he's very smart, first kid, try like that now. So that when they first time, the Bravo in the school, the Bravo school system now. So and I haven't experienced it in my old school. So when I came, we took the first stairs. To be honest, the whole class here were having low mark because nobody that reach. Like me, I reached the bench in my because there are certain people reach the bench, but they trying to steal it, the majority of people are fear now will suffer. So the guys are actually on Serotonin Liberia. So he was like, he came in the class and asked. He asked the question was open. He said, the way the maths failure, what should we do next? So I put my hand up and allow me. I said, okay, re-give the test. Student fear because me understand and by that time one thing I'm grateful by that time the district education officer was having was very tough. Of course he was a PC, but he was very strict because he grew up in a Congo setting. He was very strict. Any teacher he cut you into that private thing, they cancel if you honor government period, they cancel everything or any school, you face the penalty. And that time my own was working. So when he said the moment I give my suggestion, the children are left money. So you try anything I come to they will just shut it off. So I had that they will do their run so I was sitting down. He called one representative also. They know that the one that can be collecting the contribution that they play in Susuka. Call them, come and inform the class when they so now team. He's sweeping the class. After the teacher left the class, after I said we can pay. I said nobody will pay. So my friends that were even though were a friend because I'm new student in a school saying that they simply say 30 minutes stand a new student reaching the teacher. Oh. Then he not see oh. Then he give me class with Akaya talking. Trying to come with like when he came, the same question he asked me was like, who make the statement like they can't pay, they can't do this. So I said, I don't want to make the statement, I won't pay. I said, if you can get the test back, then I won't pay any gram. I don't know really a benchmark because even your friends that you even think that you're working together, these are even people that can be even getting the information. And I was very if it comes to that aspect, I don't trade because one thing I don't joke with my future because always that's how I was small, but one mentality I used to have like those teachers have laying their own. Anything they do to us at the time, if we not have a proper education, the fault will be up because we will bear the consequences in the future. So I told her how he tell me say I should go and meet her. I won't go and meet her. When I was spotting her, he won't raise the racking to beat me away from here and break it. I'll on camp I message my Oma. Oh, my Oma call the principal straight, and my Oma do she against it totally. That's the reason. My mom used to wake up 2 a.m. to wake her up to study, and she wake up, she not sleeping. Every 30 minutes, she will enter the room to make sure you study because if she want, if it comes to that aspect, you standing for yourself because she told her to stand for yourself. You should be standing on the right foot and not because you should be in the land. And I have a man called my mother collecting in the institution like by completing them to the district education officer now. I had a team have down on the teacher. So in our first now any new teacher come, they will tell the teacher or no soon the teacher
They
come
can
inside, they
get on
become
you. They
they
can
will
get on
become
me. So be
parable.
careful. Be careful, man. Yeah,
So
like you said, Kevin, that's the reality. People be, you have to
and
stand
to
for
be
what you
honest,
stand for.
the education system I say like what Maya say, yeah. Not because we are in India, but India have one of the good education system. Some people say, oh, India, people can work through it. I can tell them that India is a learning zone. If you want to learn, you will learn. You don't want to learn, you will not learn. Because they will provide all those materials for you. Because even your teacher, you try to even give them money, say just for your own way to just tell them, take you, they will refuse it. Apart even kids, the way you can see child in the library, you see children apart from those that begging on the street, but don't want it from whom the way you can just see child in the library, they just get the money, they hold it, yeah, you will give it to them. Those from whom they don't hold it. They prefer like gifts. If you buy gifts, you give it to them, then to get them money. So it's not like because one thing they have that mentality that they're going to ask one of my professors, it's like if students giving them money, they feel like they are bribing them. So all those things in Liberia, the school, sometimes like the way Mario said, you can't change the system, but yes, I think a little difference supposed to be there. Because all the things making the education system in Liberia is very biased. Students who will guide from university, they don't even know how to even compose, but they say they are graduates. They don't even know how to defend their own degree they get. You see, sometimes if someone reach their final semester, they don't even know how to prepare a proposal, thesis, to even do common project. They don't know all those things. You don't need to know computer or to understand library is phone, how everybody can access the computer. But these are things you need to know. A library is open. That's the reason most people, when I can follow one download child in Boston, one time she said, one time she was talking about library is beyond. And she know that if it comes to technology, if it comes to education, library is far ahead beyond. And we need to work. So we are the change makers. So we are the thousands of people in India, yeah, thousands of people in Cyprus, thousands of people in Russia. If we all learn, we return home. I think they need about future level, but we should not be the educated one that will go say we make the system will continue with. No, no, no. It means that all the things we learn outside. That's the reason sometimes you get angry with some lawmakers that get experience outside. But they go back, they stay on out, they say, because we make the system. So what you need outside? Because if you go outside, you want to make a change, or change can start with one person. If you start there, you'll get 1,000 people that will join you to support it. But if you can take the bold step, how the change will come? So, Mr. Dodo, you want to say anything?
I just like conversation tonight is actually meaningful and practical. Yeah, let's have it on.
Okay, our audience, we're trying to wrap up to now. Myers, we are running out of time. We have 5 minutes to 12 a.m. in India now. So, Myers, can you please get your parting statement for tonight discussion?
Okay, so let me say thank you, Quebec. Thanks to my friend and brother, Philip. Thanks to all of our audience who are following us right now. So let me say the thing of being truthful is hard. We must admit it. It's hard to do, but let's try to practicalize it. Be it at our working places, be it at our school. Let's try to be truthful there. Let's try to be honest in whatever we do. In our relationship, it's hard sometimes. Most especially you guys, you come out as a young man, you see yourself, you say you so handsome to yourself, or you the guy, you see yourself, you say you're so beautiful, right? And you want to be a play girl or play boy. It's so difficult sometimes. We must say this thing because we are in our youthful age. That's the time a lot of things comes to our mind, and we must say it right. Let's try to be truthful to that person we have, because I was telling my colleagues a few times. I had a friend of mine who said, I don't know why he watching, but who said that he was heartbroken, right? Yeah, by somebody. So I was telling him, I said, I watched a series. I usually follow the church in Liberia called Life Nation. So the pastor is Pastor Vani Kuala. So one time his
Yeah,
wife was preaching when he traveled out of the country, and Mother Love preached on the theme "Love Can Hurt." And I was like, "Wow, love can hurt." She said, "Yeah, love can hurt." And she tried to go in depth. And one of the things that catch my attention was, imagine you loving somebody with everything. Imagine you putting your neck on chopping board for somebody. Said this person cannot do it. Imagine our parents, our guardians putting their neck on chopping board. I wanna Philip, I know Philip can do the particular thing. I know Philip, I know Philip in and out. Oh, Philip can do this. And at the end of the day, you try to portray those things. That's why they call love can hurt. It breaks the person down. No matter
Ah,
what kind of hard hormones you are having, those hormones break down in you. It breaks down. It makes you to look like no. It makes a person to feel like wow, Philip, I never expected. Sorry to use Philip as an example. Myers, I never expected. How you call Kebe? No man, I don't think so. They could have done this thing. You know, that's how it's like. So whatever we do, let's try to be honest. Let's try to be, I'll say, I've even mean that yeah, I have personal mistakes. I've tried to be dishonest with people sometimes. But now as we went through this topic, now we're reading the topic, I try to understand how cool it is to be honest with people, because when you are honest with people today, tomorrow they will give a record on your honesty that you carry on to them. Be it from the working place, be it from the school, whatever area, try to practice it. It hard. That moral standard, try to get it, because your honesty will match with your conduct and will lead you to excellence. Your honestly match with your conduct, it leads you to excellence. It leads you to do good things. But if you are not honest today, you will face a lot of problems in society. A lot of things. To your job site, you'll be sacked from there. To your school, you'll be expelled from there. That's a reality. But if you not carry honesty there, something happen. There are some people get anger issue, man. Get serious anger issue. Something you just do, they'll sack you, no go and come. Say, and I won't hear anything you say. I won't hear anything. And I have some people in lost people relationship today. No matter how you justify yourself, the girl takes you are going. I don't hear anything you say. The male takes you are going, and then that's how he has been. So I want to say thank you for the time, Kevin, and thanks to Philip for the time. Thank you.
for the not get our people the partner statement in living.
I'm
Okay,
trying
so
to
our
join. Be talking.
okay. Okay, so our audience tonight, thank you for being with us. Thank you for always following us. We appreciate you and thank you for commenting, and thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing with other people. Even if you sleep, tomorrow you want to rewatch, then come. Okay, Mr. Dodo, your parting statement, please.
thank you. Thanks to you, Kebe, as well, for sacrificing your time with us. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
And thanks to my dear brother Myers for always being, honest. Yeah, this is honesty, taking on your responsibility, right? And you, Kebe, have seen some level of honesty in you. Yeah, to be sincere, and I do appreciate you for that. You are a very pretty young man, and you're going to be rewarded by God. Thank you for us people, and to our Liberian people, guys. If you are afraid to take on very dishonest. I also Kevin, people who run away from responsibility, they are very dishonest. Tonight, guys. If you refuse responsibility, you cannot get it. Then your dishonesty is coming gradually. Then your integrity, uh, your lack of integrity is actually gradually. And then, so a very corrupted will actually be seen in you, that in you. So let's all take on responsibility. It is your responsibility. It's complex, whatever responsibility being given us. Let's take on those responsibilities with courage, with honesty. It's going to help us all, grow to young people who are very, far-sighted, very disciplined as well. Again, uh, yes. So we already again. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come on. Have these life changing conversations. Thank you guys. It was such a meaningful conversation tonight.
Okay, so our audience, thank you again, and tomorrow we'll be here. So don't forget to follow us. Thank you for tonight. The having integrity is not only don't allow like people know do something that you know is right, whether someone is watching or not. And remember, if you say no to something, say no and believe it, say no and you walk away. But don't say no and you stand there. What are you standing waiting for? Take your ball when you pass, you go. So thank you. I have been your host today with me, Kevin Esefala. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.